Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we unpack the knowledge you need, maybe with insights you weren't quite expecting. So today, we're not just talking about, a language. We're talking about this invisible, really powerful force that shapes our modern world. I want you to picture something with me for a second. Imagine you're there. Maybe it's a bustling trading floor in London, or a high stakes tech conference in Singapore. Could be a research lab in Boston, or maybe you're just scrolling through your favorite online community, right? What's the one thing, the one skill that undeniably connects all these places, all these hubs of innovation, business, culture? Well, the answer for well over 1.5 billion people globally is English. It's not just words and grammar. It's basically become the default operating system for how the world interacts. I mean, think about it. Nearly a fifth of the world's population either speaks or is learning English. That makes it the most studied, the most used second language on the planet. And this isn't just a fun fact. It's a huge reality with immediate implications for your future. Imagine walking into any of those situations, actually, any international setting, and speaking with real confidence, understanding the nuances, being understood clearly. This isn't some far off dream, it's the actual reality that English offers. It's like the ultimate bridge, from where you are right now to pretty much any aspiration you might have. World-class education, big international career moves, making global connections, getting access to those game-changing ideas that are shaping everything. English is key.
You really hit on something crucial there. The profound nature of English goes way beyond just uh, knowing the rules or memorizing word lists. It's about a deeper kind of access, like unlocking doors that maybe felt completely shut before. And I'm always struck by how it builds this fundamental self-assurance, the kind of confidence that lets you just instinctively raise your hand in a big lecture hall, or to speak up decisively when it really matters in a business meeting, or even just to tell your own story, your unique narrative with real clarity. It's not just about being heard, it's about people genuinely understanding you. And that's powerful. That makes a difference. So our mission today in this deep dive is to really explore how English acts as that ultimate, that universal key. We'll dig into how it directly impacts your opportunities in education, how it can propel your career, strengthen those global connections, and yeah, even transform your personal confidence. And stepping back, the bigger picture here isn't just about the external stuff, the opportunities. It's about a real internal transformation.
English can give you the courage to dream bigger than maybe you thought possible. And then, maybe even more importantly, it gives you the power, the practical tools to actually make those dreams happen. So if you've ever felt that sort of knot in your stomach when you tried to speak English, that fear, if you've ever doubted your own ability, or maybe thought, oh, English is for other people, not really for me, then I really urge you to listen closely today, because by the end of this, I think you'll grasp one really undeniable truth. English isn't just a language. It is, without a doubt, your most potent ticket to success.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Let's unlock that potential together. All right, let's kick this off by looking at English as, well, pretty much the undisputed language of education worldwide. When you think about the absolute peak of academic achievement, what names spring to mind? For lots of people, it's places like Harvard, Oxford, maybe the University of Toronto. What's really striking is, students, there might be thousands of miles apart physically, but they're deeply connected by one thing. English is their main language of learning. It's not just like a convenience thing. It's a hard truth that the world's most prestigious universities, the top-tier research institutions, the very core of groundbreaking discoveries, it's almost all shared, taught, and discussed in English.
It's really interesting when you think about the sheer volume of knowledge we're talking about. Learning English essentially gives you direct access to this vast, unparalleled treasure chest of information. A treasure chest that, honestly, billions of people around the world just can't open. For instance, something like over 90% of all published scientific papers, they're available in English. Think about the latest medical breakthroughs, the newest discoveries about the universe, the cutting-edge AI innovations shaping our future. A huge chunk of that is first published in English journals or taught in English language programs. So it presents this stark choice, really. Without English, you're kind of locked out of this massive repository of human knowledge. But with it, you literally hold the key. You can unlock it, putting yourself right at the forefront of global learning.
And it's not just about being able to read this stuff, this intellectual goldmine. English skills are a direct, very tangible pathway to incredible, sometimes life-changing opportunities. We see it all the time in the competition for scholarships and international programs. Students who can show strong English skills, they're often picked first for those really sought-after scholarships, for exchange programs that just broaden your whole perspective, or for those big international competitions that can totally launch a career. And if you look at it from the university side, it makes perfect sense why they want English proficient learners. They want to create a truly global environment, right, where diverse minds can connect and collaborate without language getting in the way. Just
Yeah.
imagine writing a personal statement for a super competitive scholarship, and it's so powerful, so clear, so articulate in English that the committee doesn't just understand what you want to do, they remember your name, your story, long after they've finished reading. That is the practical power of English in action. It's huge.
Yeah, and building on that point, this dominance of English just flows seamlessly into the digital world too. It really highlights its continued and maybe even growing importance in online learning. Platforms like Coursera, Udemy, EDX, they've basically democratized education globally. They host hundreds of thousands of courses. But, and this is the kicker, a huge percentage, maybe 80–90% of those courses, especially in really high demand fields like data science, cybersecurity, advanced business stuff, they're taught entirely in English. So whether you're interested in complex algorithms or the fine art of creative writing or getting some industry recognized certification, the knowledge of the future, it's out there waiting for you. And your ticket into this huge digital classroom. Again, it's English. It's not just a language for today. It's really the language of tomorrow's innovation and learning.
So I want you to just take a moment now and really think about this for yourself. What actual doors could open for you if you really mastered English? Could you finally make that dream of studying abroad happen, immerse yourself in a new culture, a new academic scene? Maybe study something that's not even widely taught where you live. Could you finally take that specialized online course, get that certification you've been thinking about, the one that just perfectly fits your career goals or your personal passions? Could you read those groundbreaking books, that crucial research, those vital industry reports without waiting weeks or months for a translation, getting the info directly, unfiltered, right when it comes out? The answer to all of these questions is honestly, yes. A definite yes. You absolutely can, and you will.
That really raises the question, though, doesn't it? What's the bigger societal impact of English in education beyond just the individual gain? Well, education is often called the great equalizer, right? And English basically puts that principle on steroids. It doesn't matter what your background is, your economic status, where you come from. Proficiency in English can put you in the exact same global classroom as someone from the other side of the world. It doesn't just open doors. It actively levels the playing field. It makes sure talent and curiosity get recognized, not held back by language. It sends this really clear message. You belong here, you have a voice, and it deserves to be heard. This goes way beyond just learning a language. It's about universal access to opportunity. It's about self-worth. It's about the power to shape your own future.
So here's a really crucial shift in how you might think about this. Don't just see English as, another subject you have to pass, another box to tick. Instead, see it for what it really is, the golden key to a boundless education. Because once you unlock that door, you're not just learning English anymore. You're gaining this amazing meta skill. You're learning how to learn everything. You're getting the ability to access, understand, and integrate knowledge from literally every corner of the globe directly, instantly. And with that foundation, understanding English's power in education, let's smoothly move on to how it directly fuels your professional life. Okay, let's shift gears now from the halls of academia to the dynamic world of professional ambition. Close your eyes for just a second and really picture this. You're walking into a sleek, modern office building. Maybe it's in London, Tokyo, New York. Big windows overlooking the city. You hear that rhythmic clicking of keyboards, the confident buzz of people speaking English, sharing complex ideas, laying out strategies, making big global decisions. You feel this energy, this sense of belonging. Then it's your turn. Maybe you stand up to give a presentation to a diverse team, or you chime in with a critical insight during a discussion. You introduce your idea, articulate your vision, all in English with total clarity and confidence. And suddenly the room is focused on you. Your manager nods, impressed. Colleagues are taking notes, acknowledging your point. In that powerful moment, it hits you. English isn't just a language here, it's your voice of leadership. It's your pathway to making a real impact.
You know, that scene really underlines the undeniable reality of the modern workplace. Today's economy is just inherently global. And it's not just finance or tech anymore. It's across medicine, engineering, tourism, the creative industry, everything. Every sector is becoming more interconnected. Just think about the job ads you see online. A recent survey actually showed something like 70% of multinational companies globally now see English proficiency as a critical skill. It's not just a nice to have anymore, not a bonus. It's become a fundamental, often non-negotiable requirement if the company wants to grow internationally and succeed. Companies get it. To compete, to expand, to innovate globally, they absolutely need people who can communicate effectively in English. And that right there could absolutely be you. It positions you as a highly valuable professional.
Right. And this is where English makes such a pivotal difference in where your career can actually go. It's the difference between being limited to your local job market and confidently stepping onto an international career path that honestly has no borders. It's the difference between staying kind of invisible, blending in, and really standing out, making your mark, getting your contributions noticed. It's that crucial distinction between watching amazing opportunities just pass you by and being the one who gets chosen for them because you have the communication skills needed to grab them. Employers aren't just looking for technical skills anymore. They actively seek out employees who can confidently go to international conferences, who can skillfully negotiate contracts with foreign partners, who can eloquently represent the company on a global stage. Imagine the pride, the growth that comes from being that person in your organization, the one they trust with those global responsibilities.
That really brings up the question of those defining moments, doesn't it? Like a job interview. How does English play out there? Picture this. You're in the interview for your absolute dream job. Maybe it's with a huge global corporation. The stakes feel incredibly high. The interviewer, maybe they're from another country, maybe the firm's multinational, asks you a really critical question in English. And without missing a beat, you don't just frantically translate in your head. You think directly in English. You give a fluent, confident, really articulate answer. In that key moment, you're not just showing your skills and experience. You're proving you can connect and operate globally. You can be a seamless part of an international team. That single confident exchange, that clear explanation, it could absolutely be the thing that changes your whole career path forever. It's more than just an answer. It's a powerful signal of your global professional readiness.
Exactly. And the power of English doesn't just stop once you land the job, right? It keeps opening doors within your career. It actively helps you move up the corporate ladder. Imagine leading multinational teams, guiding professionals from all sorts of different cultural backgrounds, but you're all united because your communication in English is clear and inspiring. Imagine presenting your innovative ideas on a global stage, captivating an international audience, earning respect for your vision. Think about it this way. If your company needs to send someone to a big, prestigious conference in, say, Dubai, a major hub for international business, who do you think they'll choose? The person who clearly struggles to get their point across, whose ideas get kind of lost in translation, or the one who communicates smoothly, confidently, persuasively in English, the one who can effortlessly handle complex information and build rapport. The choice is pretty obvious, and that advantage, it plays out again and again throughout your career.
Yeah, and let's not forget the financial side of things. It's practical, but important. Studies consistently show that people who achieve advanced English proficiency often earn significantly higher salaries. I mean, some analyses suggest you could be looking at a salary boost of anywhere from 10 to 30% in international roles if you have strong English skills. So why is that? Well, stepping back, the bigger picture is that English just makes you inherently more valuable to a company. It gives you direct access to crucial international markets, to high-stakes global projects, to a much wider base of potential clients. You basically transform from just being an employee into being a vital bridge, a conduit connecting your company to all the opportunities out there in the world. And in today's complex global economy, bridges like that, they're frankly priceless. They drive growth, expansion, profitability. They directly impact the bottom line.
But maybe you're listening and thinking, okay, that's great for business or tech, but my passion is totally different. Let's just bust that myth right now. The universal relevance of English goes way beyond the boardroom or the tech startup. Are you a nurse in Germany? You need English to communicate critical info with international patients or colleagues. A talented chef in Italy dreaming of global Michelin stars. You need English to work with diverse staff and understand international standards. A tour guide in Egypt. English lets you connect deeply with visitors from all over. A freelancer in India. English opens up a world of clients. It helps you serve more tourists, collaborate seamlessly online, market your unique skills globally. English genuinely expands your scope and potential in almost any profession you can think of. It makes you more adaptable, more valuable. So this brings us to a really crucial question for you to think about personally. Where do you actually want your career to go? Do you see yourself staying within familiar, maybe local boundaries, potentially missing out on opportunities just because of language? Or do you have that ambition, that sort of burning desire to step onto the global stage, to make an impact beyond borders, to work with the best people from around the world? If your answer is the second one, if you imagine a career without those limits, then English isn't just helpful, it's the key. It's the language of promotion, the foundation for those big international partnerships, the gateway to this huge, fulfilling world of possibilities.
And that brings up a really important point about how we see ourselves and our limits. It's crucial to remember your career path, your ultimate success, isn't just limited by your raw talent. Often it's limited by your ability to show that talent, to articulate your value to the widest possible audience, essentially, to the world, and English. It gives you exactly that stage, provides a platform to showcase your skills, your ideas, your professionalism without those artificial barriers getting in the way. It lets your real potential shine. So use it. And with that thought, moving beyond just individual careers, let's explore how English fosters that broader human connection.
Okay, let's shift our focus now to something really fundamental, really human: connection. Think back to the last time you met someone from a completely different country. Maybe it was a tourist, looking a bit lost, asking for directions, or a new classmate who traveled miles to study with you, or maybe someone you connected with online in a forum or on social media. What language did you probably use to communicate? 9 times out of 10, right, it was English. This happens constantly because English has sort of naturally become the universal common ground. It's that essential bridge connecting people who speak all sorts of different native languages, allowing real interaction to happen. It's truly the world's go-to common language now.
That really shows how English transforms interactions in these dynamic mixed environments. Let's go back to that international airport idea for a second. Picture it, a busy terminal full of sounds, faces from everywhere. You see people from Japan, Brazil, Germany, Nigeria, India, all speaking their own languages at home. But when they need to talk to each other, when they need to ask a question, share a quick laugh, figure out travel plans together, what language do they all naturally turn to? It's English. And in that moment, English does something pretty amazing. It turns strangers into potential friends or colleagues or collaborators, all suddenly united by this shared understanding. That's the real power of it. It actively creates connections, builds that immediate rapport where just moments before there was none. It fosters understanding across all these different backgrounds.
And this ability to connect instantly, it translates into real benefits in life. English fundamentally expands your world. It lets you build these rich, meaningful, global networks. And it's not just about business contacts, though that's part of it. It's about understanding different cultures on a much deeper level. It's about making genuine friendships that span continents, creating professional networks that ignore geography. In a world where, let's face it, who you know matters a lot, English makes your circle of influence, your potential opportunities, just exponentially bigger. Every casual chat in English becomes a chance for a new idea, every friendship, a possibility for shared experiences, every connection, a doorway to totally new, enriching things. It's like having a social superpower almost.
Yeah, and stepping back, the broader implication is that travel itself becomes a profoundly different, much richer experience when you have strong English skills. It goes way beyond just the practical stuff like getting by, although that definitely gets easier. Imagine yourself confidently ordering food in a little cafe in Rome, or asking for precise directions on Tokyo's busy streets, or figuring out the subway in New York City like a pro. Instead of feeling lost or dependent on others or just anxious, you feel this amazing sense of confidence and independence. But it's more than just practical, right? It's about deeper engagement. English lets you really connect with local people in so many countries, hear their stories firsthand, and, importantly, share your own experiences and perspective authentically. It creates these genuinely memorable, transformative travel moments. You become a participant, not just someone looking from the outside in.
And this power isn't just for physical travel either. English is also your absolute key to joining online communities that stretch across the entire globe. Think about the digital world. Social media, international forums for every hobby imaginable, countless podcasts on every topic, endless YouTube channels. The vast majority of these, especially the ones aiming for a global audience, operate mainly in English. With English skills, you're not just passively watching. You can actively jump into conversations about your favorite books, the latest tech news, different music genres, obscure hobbies, with people from literally every corner of the planet. You break out of your local bubble and become part of something much bigger, this vibrant, dynamic, global family sharing passions and ideas in real time.
That raises a really interesting question. How does English empower your own unique voice on that global stage? What's worth considering is that without English, your voice, your story, your valuable insights, they might stay largely confined within your own country, understood only by people who speak your native language. But with English, your words gain incredible power, incredible reach. They could literally travel thousands of miles, ignoring borders. This gives you this huge potential to inspire people you've never even met, to create real change through a thoughtful blog post, a compelling social media update, a powerful presentation. Think about the leaders, the artists, the entrepreneurs whose messages have echoed around the world through powerful TED Talks, insightful international interviews. What do they often have in common? They use English to amplify their message. And that same potential, that same incredible reach, it's absolutely there for you and your unique contribution too.
Okay, let's be real for a second though. Let's talk about the fear factor. For a lot of people, the idea of speaking English to someone from another country can feel really intimidating. That fear of making mistakes, of searching for words, of not being perfectly understood, it's very real. But here's the crucial truth you absolutely need to internalize. Nobody, honestly, nobody expects perfection. What people truly appreciate, what they value, is the effort, the willingness to connect. When you bravely step up and speak English, even if it's not perfect, you're not just saying words. You're showing you're open, you're curious about their world, you're showing respect for them in the interaction. And that effort, that vulnerability, it builds trust, it builds rapport. And as we all know, trust is what creates lasting connections, much more than perfect grammar ever will. So I want you to ask yourself a really personal question right now. Who do I really want to connect with? Where in this big world do I genuinely want to feel like I belong, like I'm part of a community? Whose stories do I want to hear, absorb, learn from? And maybe most importantly, who do I want to hear my story, my unique perspective? Mine ideas. English offers you all of this. It can take you way beyond your city limits, your country, even your continent. It can turn your world into a place without those artificial borders. A place where you feel like you belong everywhere simply because you carry the language that connects us all. It makes you a true global citizen.
I'm just struck by how fundamental this is to achieving anything significant. There's that powerful saying, right? Success isn't just about what you know. In so many ways, it's profoundly about who you know, the network you build, the relationships you nurture, and English. The incredible gift it gives you is that who you know can literally be the entire world. It removes those artificial limits on your access to diverse minds, to opportunities, to friendships. It expands your potential exponentially. And with that expansive thought, moving from those external connections, let's explore how English really shapes your internal world, your self-perception, your personal growth, your confidence.
Let me ask you something, and be honest with yourself. Have you ever been in a room full of people, maybe a social event, maybe work related, and you just stayed silent? Not because you didn't have anything to say, not because you lacked ideas or insights, but just because you didn't know how to get those thoughts, those brilliant ideas out in English. If you felt that, you know that deep frustration, feeling trapped inside your own head. You have the ideas, you have the dreams, you have opinions, but without the right words, without that fluency, it feels like the world just can't see the real you, the intelligent, capable, articulate person you know you are. It's like being silenced by this invisible barrier you're desperate to break through.
Now flip that script. Imagine the complete opposite scenario. It's fascinating to think about the sheer transformative power of finding your voice. Imagine walking into that exact same room, but this time you speak up. You confidently share your thoughts, your ideas in English. And as you do, you see people nodding along, maybe smiling genuinely, responding directly to what you said. Suddenly, you're not invisible anymore. You're heard. You're respected. You absolutely belong in that conversation. That huge shift from feeling unheard to feeling empowered. That is exactly what English can do for your confidence. It's not just about communication. It's about presence. It's about validation. It's about true self-expression.
Yeah, learning English is so much more than just, cramming grammar rules or memorizing vocabulary. It really is a journey of deep personal transformation. It's this powerful evolution from fear to courage, from that crippling hesitation to taking decisive action, from frustrating silence to finding a clear, resonant voice. Think about it like building something, piece by piece. Every new word you learn and actually use, that's a solid brick you're laying in the foundation of your self-confidence. Every complete sentence you manage to speak, even if you stumble a bit, that's undeniable proof you're capable of huge growth, of resilience. And every single conversation you have in English, no matter how short or simple it feels, that's a significant victory over self-doubt. It's proof of your progress, your bravery. It reinforces that thought. Yes, I can do this.
Right. And confidence, it doesn't just magically show up one day. It's built meticulously through consistent progress, step by often nervous step. What's interesting here is maybe recalling those early moments, maybe the slightly awkward ones. Think back to the very first time you nervously tried to introduce yourself in English. Maybe your voice shook a little. Maybe you forgot a word you knew perfectly well just seconds before. But the point is, you did it. That moment, as small as it seemed then, was a crucial step towards becoming a more confident you. And it's cumulative, right? Each time you bravely try again, each little success you notch up, your confidence grows stronger, more resilient. You prove to yourself again and again, yes, I can do this and I'm going to keep going. It's about celebrating those small wins.
Exactly. The truth is, confidence isn't some state you just wait around for. It's something you actively build. And English gives you countless everyday opportunities to construct that confidence brick by brick. Every single time you successfully order food in English, every time you ask a question in class or a meeting without freezing up, every time you write and send a professional email at work, each of those actions is a concrete win. You're proving to yourself through direct experience that you're capable, you're effective. This creates this really powerful positive feedback loop. The more you practice, the more successes you have, the stronger your belief becomes. Yes, I can handle this. Yes, I can do more. It's an active process of empowering yourself.
But the personal growth that comes with English goes much deeper than just surface confidence. What's really fascinating to consider is how it impacts your very identity, your perspective on the world. When you learn a new language, you're not just adding words. You're fundamentally integrating new ways of thinking, new ways of seeing things. English can allow you to express parts of yourself you maybe couldn't before, parts you didn't even know were there. It gives you the courage to dare to dream bigger, more ambitious dreams, simply because they now feel genuinely possible, genuinely within reach. And beyond that, English offers perhaps the richest possible diet of knowledge for your mind. It gives you direct access to inspiring books, challenging podcasts, insightful videos from global leaders, brilliant thinkers, creative innovators. These ideas can profoundly reshape how you see yourself, your potential, and your place in the wider world.
And then there's that amazing, almost physical feeling of freedom and independence. Imagine no longer having to wait anxiously for translations or subtitles to understand something important or just enjoy something. Imagine not having to rely on others to speak for you, to interpret what you need, or to express your ideas. Learning English breaks those limitations, those dependencies. You gain this incredible sense of autonomy, real independence. And that inherently just naturally builds your confidence. It's the freedom to navigate the world on your own terms, powered by your own voice, making your own choices.
That brings up a really important point about the challenges, though. We have to acknowledge them. The path of learning English, it's not always going to be smooth sailing. You will make mistakes, that's guaranteed. You will forget words at crucial moments. You will feel nervous sometimes. And that's totally okay. It's normal. These aren't signs you're failing, they're just part of the process. But here's the powerful way to reframe it. Every mistake isn't a failure. It's proof you're trying. It's a lesson learned. Every forgotten word isn't a setback. It's a chance to learn it more deeply, to really cement it. Every nervous moment you push through. That's a step, however small, towards building more courage, more resilience. True success doesn't come from avoiding failure. It comes from the unwavering commitment to just keep going, to push through those challenges, knowing they're actually part of your growth.
So if you've ever been caught in that nasty loop of self-doubt, thinking, oh, I'm just not good enough. Let me say this again, loud and clear. You already are. Every single effort you make with English, no matter how small it feels, is undeniable proof of your strength, your amazing capacity for growth, and the fact that you're becoming someone braver, more capable than you were yesterday. Own that evidence. Let it fuel you.
I really like this metaphor. English is like a mirror that reflects your growth back at you. Each new word you master, each phrase you say with confidence, it shows you just how far you've already come on this incredible journey. And every conversation you navigate successfully, every connection you make reflects back how much further you can actually go. It's this constant, tangible reminder of your expanding abilities and your blossoming potential.
So I really encourage you, stand tall, speak proudly, believe deeply in yourself. Because when you speak English with confidence, you're not just speaking a language, you're literally speaking your dreams into existence. You're giving them shape, giving them voice in the global conversation. Now, with this growing confidence, let's explore how English opens even more doors in our rapidly changing digital world. Okay, let's bring everything together now and step into the basically boundless world of digital opportunities. I want you to really visualize this. You're sitting at your desk, maybe at home, maybe anywhere, your laptop's open, screen glowing, and you have this realization the entire world is literally just one click away. Just think about the scope of that for a second. You could be taking a super specialized online course directly from Stanford, learning from world class experts without leaving your chair. You could be offering your unique freelance skills to a client based thousands of miles away in Australia, totally transforming your income potential. You might be collaborating seamlessly on a complex project with a team scattered across Canada, or selling your cool products to customers all over the US. What's the one common thread, the indispensable factor making all this possible? One incredibly powerful skill: English.
That really nails how the digital age has just fundamentally changed our idea of borders. Because of the internet, where you live physically just doesn't restrict opportunities in the same way anymore. Looking at the bigger picture, English has cemented itself as the undeniable lingua franca of the internet. It just is. Think of the major platforms connecting billions daily: YouTube's massive content world, LinkedIn for professional networking, global freelance sites like Upwork and Fiverr. They all operate primarily in English. So English becomes your essential ticket in. It's your passport to navigate and actually thrive in this global digital marketplace. It makes your skills accessible to literally billions of potential clients or collaborators.
Right, and picking up on what we said about online education earlier, English offers truly unrestricted online learning. Think about those platforms again: Coursera, ADX, Udemy, Skillshare. They host hundreds of thousands of courses that can completely transform your skills, your knowledge, your whole career path. And here's the undeniable truth: the vast majority of these amazing courses, especially the most current, the most specialized ones, they're taught in English. So whether you want to master complex coding for AI, or refine your eye for professional photography, or dive deep into digital marketing, or explore psychology, English gives you direct, immediate access to the best teachers and the most advanced, cutting-edge knowledge available anywhere, period. Without English, that door to this huge world of online learning is basically closed. But with it, that door is flung wide open. You can explore, learn, stay updated constantly without limits.
That leads to a crucial question about the changing nature of work, right? Especially remote work. What's really interesting here is the whole revolution in freelancing and remote work. These are two of the fastest growing career paths globally. Millions of talented people are now earning good money, offering their skills online, completely free from the traditional office. Writers, designers, programmers, virtual assistants, teachers, consultants, they all connect with clients all over the world, primarily through English. And here's a key point: even if the actual service you provide has nothing to do with English itself, maybe you're a brilliant 3D animator or a financial modeling whiz, being able to communicate clearly and professionally with international clients in English, it just massively multiplies your chances of landing projects and being successful. It's the grease in the wheels of global collaboration.
Exactly. And imagine the tangible benefits, the sheer freedom that comes with that global work enabled by English. Picture yourself sending off a crystal clear, totally confident proposal in English to a potential client overseas. You know they'll understand it perfectly. Envision having a smooth, productive video call with an international client. You articulate your ideas clearly, collaboration flows easily across time zones and cultures. And then, that ultimate satisfaction. You deliver your high-quality work to someone halfway around the world, and they reply, "This is perfect, exactly what I wanted. You really understood my needs." Moments like that, they don't just bring in money, they bring this profound sense of freedom: the freedom to work from practically anywhere, the freedom to choose your clients more carefully, ultimately, the freedom to build the life you actually want on your own terms.
Stepping back, the broader implication here is that English also empowers you immensely as a content creator, in a way no other language really can on a global scale. Just think about the sheer volume of English language content out there on YouTube, podcasts, blogs, social media. By creating your content in English, your potential audience suddenly isn't just your local town or even your country. It's billions. Your unique voice, your compelling story, your creativity, all of it can inspire and influence people in literally every corner of the globe. English gives you almost unlimited audience. It transforms your personal expression into potential global impact. It gives your message a massive stage.
And here's another powerful advantage, one that maybe people don't think about enough. English helps you stay significantly ahead of the curve. It connects you directly to the very latest ideas, the newest trends, the most cutting-edge information before it shows up in translation, if it ever does. Whether it's the newest scientific paper, the latest tech update, the critical discussions on climate action, the most pressing global conversations. English speakers usually get that information first, straight from the source. What's the result? You're not just keeping up with the world, you're actively positioning yourself to be ahead of it. You can anticipate changes, spot opportunities before most others do. That gives you a serious competitive edge.
That raises a really interesting question about the ultimate value of English in this digital era. Beyond the obvious things like money and information access, perhaps the most valuable thing English gives you in this interconnected world is genuine freedom of choice. It opens up this vast array of options for you. You gain the autonomy to choose what you study, where you work, who you collaborate with, and exactly how you want to share your message with the world. It's kind of like having a universal remote control, a single tool that works anywhere in the world, giving you command over your digital life and letting you curate your career and experiences.
Now, I get it. Stepping into this huge digital world, even with English as your guide, can feel pretty overwhelming at first. There's just so much content, so many platforms, so many possibilities. It can seem daunting. But here's the good news, the reassuring truth. You absolutely do not need to do everything all at once. The key is to start small. Take small, manageable, actionable steps. Watch just one English YouTube video today related to your interests. Enroll in just one short online course module to try it out. Write one confident LinkedIn post in English about something you know. Send one well-written email to a potential international contact. Each small, deliberate step you take builds your digital presence, it builds your confidence, and it brings you tangibly closer to engaging successfully on that global stage. Progress is iterative, not instantaneous.
And remember this fundamental point. The internet itself has already effectively erased geographical borders. It's made the world one interconnected space. And English, in turn, works to erase those self-imposed limits within your own mind, those psychological barriers that might have held you back from seizing these global possibilities. When you put those two powerful forces together, the borderless internet and the connecting power of English, they create a world where your opportunities are truly as vast, as limitless as your biggest dreams. So the real question is, are you ready to claim them?
And with that, let's bring all these incredibly powerful themes together for our conclusion. Okay, let's just take a breath and reflect on the journey we've taken in this deep dive. It's been quite a lot, right? We've seen pretty clearly, I think, how English opens those fundamental doors to world-class education, giving you that unparalleled access to great universities, the latest discoveries, the richest knowledge out there. We've discovered how English actively drives your career forward, how it helps you stand out in a tough global market, earn more, climb higher professionally. We've explored how English connects you profoundly with the entire world, bridging cultures, spanning countries, uniting continents, turning strangers into collaborators and friends. We've really felt how it transforms your personal confidence, strengthens your sense of self, deepens your belief in what you can do, empowering your voice. And finally, we stepped into this exciting digital age where English is your essential passport to endless online opportunities from remote work to global impact. The big takeaway, the single truth weaving through all of this, is clear. English is not just a language, it is most definitely a key. And that key unlocks the future you dream of, the future you've always imagined for yourself.
And here's the most crucial part, the real core message for you listening right now. You already hold this key. It's right there in your hands. Every single time you put in the effort, listening, learning, practicing English, you're actively turning that key just a little bit further. You are, quite literally, unlocking possibilities you might not have even dared to imagine before, revealing this whole world of potential that was waiting right there for you to step into.
And this key, this language, it works everywhere. Maybe you dream of that intellectual adventure, studying abroad in some cutting-edge field. Perhaps you see yourself thriving in an international company, leading a global team. Maybe your heart just wants the freedom to travel independently, explore new cultures without needing a guide. Or maybe you aspire to launch your own global business, reaching customers everywhere. Or simply share your unique ideas with the world, inspire change. Whatever your specific dream is, big or small, personal or professional English can help you get there. It's the enabler. It's the accelerator for your goals. The only real question left for you is, will you use it?
That raises a really important point about moving forward. Don't fall into that common trap of waiting for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you feel 100% ready. Honestly, perfection is an illusion. It just delays progress. Looking at how things actually work, real progress comes directly from consistent action, not from passively waiting around for motivation to strike. Every single time you make that effort to practice English, reading something, watching something, writing something, bravely speaking to someone, you're actively moving closer to the life you want. Yes, there will be challenges, absolutely. Yes, you'll make mistakes, that's part of it. But remember, those mistakes aren't failures. They're proof you're trying. They're signs you're growing. The people who ultimately reach their dreams aren't the ones who never stumble. They're the ones who just never stop trying.
So let this, right here, right now, be your moment, your turning point. Let this be the day you make that fundamental shift in perspective. Stop seeing English as just another school subject, another chore on your list. Instead, start seeing it for what it truly is. Your most powerful, most versatile tool for engaging with the world and achieving your goals. Because once you make that shift, once you really embrace English in this way, the entire world opens up. Those vibrant classrooms at top universities, the dynamic offices of international companies, the buzzing departure lounges at global airports, those limitless digital platforms where ideas fly and voices are heard, all of them, they're waiting for you. And all of them, every single one, speaks one unifying language, English.
So my final message to you is really simple, but I believe it's profoundly powerful. Believe in yourself. Keep learning, keep practicing, keep growing. Because the future doesn't just belong to those who wait passively. It belongs to those who actively prepare for it. And by committing yourself to learning English, you are, without any doubt, preparing yourself for greatness. Your potential is absolutely limitless. Your dreams are genuinely achievable, and English is that vital bridge that will carry you there. But please, don't just listen to us talk about it. Take action. Speak today. Practice today. Your success story starts right now.
We've explored how English isn't just a skill, but really a catalyst for almost every dream you can imagine, from studying anywhere to connecting globally, even to unlocking new parts of who you are. So, considering all these doors English can open for you, what's one single, maybe audacious dream, big or small, that you will dedicate your very next English learning step towards this week? What new possibility will you bravely try to speak into existence?
Just remember, the world is waiting for your voice, your unique ideas, your contribution. English is the tool that helps you amplify that. Keep taking those steps, however small they feel, because your journey and the impact you can make is really just beginning.